Assalamualaikum to my management lecturer, Dr. Hazria binti Hassan. First of all, let me introduce my team. We have 3 members. The first member is NURUL NAJWA binti Abdul Nasir. Her metric number is A21A3008. Second member is NURUL ARISYA ARMILA binti Mohamad SHARIPUDIN. Her metric number is A21A2962. And the third member is me, Atiqah binti Mohamad. My metric number is A21A2812. We are from class AFT1023/L3, Fundamental of Management. In this video, we are presenting work of 5 figures relates to the general administrative approach to management. This is the figure that we will present in this video. The first one is Frederick Winslow Taylor. Second is Henry Gunn. Third is Henry Fayol. Fourth, Mary Parker Follett, and the last one is Max Weber.
Okay, firstly I want to introduce the visual name Frederick Winslow Taylor. Scientific management is a management theory that analyzes workflows to improve economic efficiency, especially labor productivity. This management theory developed by Frederick Winslow Taylor that was popular in US manufacturing industry. Taylor established 4 principles of management, which firstly is develop a sign for each element of work. In developing signs, he essentially must complete this element of work, which are gather objective data on work, perform experiments, and standardize policies and procedures based on the result of the experiments. And secondly, scientifically select, train, teach, and develop the worker. Concerning training and development, if the worker was performing below standard, the manager should show them exactly how work can be done, guide, help, and encourage them for the best work experience ever. Okay, thirdly is cooperate with the worker. One of group of employees engage in development of sign of laboring. Another group of employees mostly skill labor themselves, help and guide the other workers in their work. And lastly is divide the work and responsibility. Taylor said that management responsibility is to ensure the cooperation between all the parties. One of the examples is operation manager had to send an email to remind staff about their own separate roles. Thus, operation manager used the principle of scientific management to analyze the best way to handling orders, break up tasks, and establish the hierarchy within the company. The advantage of this principle is ability to control. Manager can have good control over production. Employees become specialists in their field because they do the same task repeatedly. The disadvantage of this principle is management takes control. Since their manager take care of their employees, they lack creativity. Since they repeat the same task, they are meaningless and boring, which reduce employee motivation.
The second figure is Henry Gunn. The classical approach focuses on managing work and organization effectively to increase work efficiency and productivity. Henry Gunn introduced task scheduling method through Gantt chart to plan, schedule, execute, and control the cost of tasks as well as operation. Such that Henry Gunn also introduced new theory, which is reward system like bonuses for employees who are able to perform well and can perform tasks as per described. Gantt chart are useful tool for analyzing and plan complex projects because Gantt chart are simple to understand and easy to construct. They are used by most project managers for all but the most complex projects. Advantage of Gantt chart is easy to represent tasks, subtasks, milestones, and projects visually on a graph. It was because all activities would be listed on the graph before running a project. Disadvantage of Gantt chart is very time consuming. Creating and managing the chart takes a lot of time to complete it. Next is Henry Fayol. The classical approach to management focuses on centralized authority, labor specialization, and incentive to optimize productivity in an organization and in turn drive profit. Fayol introduced 14 principles of management that provided specific guidance on the necessary organizational element necessary for effective management. For example, Fayol's 14 principles of management is division of labor, authority, discipline, unity of command, and others. To clarify, there was a company named General Motors that began to embrace Fayol's principle in its management system. An employee may report to one person to administrative purpose, but the employee works for the company. The advantage of Fayol's principle of management is promoting the team concept. Rather than having employees work individually on a project, many companies group workers with diverse skills and talent into a team. Disadvantage of Fayol's principle of management are different times. Today, the focus needs to be on encouraging creativity, innovation, and problem solving among the team.
Next is Mary Parker Follett. Follett was a management theorist who incorporated ideas from psychology and human relations into his theory. She was born on September 3, 1868 in Quincy, Massachusetts, USA. She died December 18, 1933, aged 65, in Boston, New York. Mary Parker Follett was an American social theorist known for introducing ideas about human psychology and human relations in industrial management. Firstly, specific task areas in an organization with certain degrees of authority should be given an established amount of responsibility in order to accomplish goals. Next, people should manage their responsibility based on evidence and should integrate this effectively with the functions of others. And the last is true leaders create group power, not their own power. Mary Parker Follett's approach in today's context is conflict resolution through integration, identifying and meeting each party's underlying and often competitive need, as opposed to attempting to meet frequently incompatible expressed desire of each, often results in a win situation. Next, in Mary Parker Follett leadership theory, union power is not coercive power over, but collective power which, last but not least, true leaders, according to Follett's theory, create group power rather than expressive personal power. Besides that, Follett developed many concepts that she applied to business and management, including the following. Firstly, a better understanding of lateral process within organizational hierarchies. Secondly, the importance of informal process within organizations. Lastly, non-coercive power sharing. The goals of administrative management are to understand the interactions between humans, their group, and communication, so-called as participate leadership among employees. The advantage of Mary Parker Follett's principle of management is the role of the manager defined in increased communication efficiency among employees. Next, she also focused on her teamwork. The disadvantages of Mary Parker Follett's principle of management are there is not have a specific theory or strategy in administrative management. There is also doesn't always work in integrate problem solving that is not always possible. In addition, the problem of lack of discipline has also become one of the unavoidable disadvantages of such management, and this management as well wouldn't be effective in today's large companies and franchises.
Lastly, I want to discuss a figure named Max Weber. One of Weber's greater contribution to management theory was his theory of bureaucracy. This theory states that there are 6 principles of bureaucracy. Firstly is task specialization. Weber felt that task specialization encourages timely completion of work at the highest skill level. Second, formal selection rules. They can be chosen based on their technical skill and competency, which accrue through education, experience, or training. Third, hierarchical structure. Weber stated that management should be organized into layers, with each layer being responsible for its team performance. Fourth, impartiality of management. In the AD organization, the rules are clearly defined and strictly enforced. Next, impersonal environment. Under Weber's theory, relationship between employees should be professional only. Lastly is achievement-based advancement. Personal favors, relationship or personal traits should not be taken into company decisions. First advantage from Weber's theory is efficiency in administration. It makes the administration easier. The organization is more rationally arranged into a hierarchy of structure. Next, rules and regulation. The set of rules and regulation that are stated in most cases makes them comply with prerequisites in the bureaucratic structure, thus reducing the scope of non-compliance with the regulatory framework and protocols. The budget cycle for bureaucratic structure is an annual event. Money is available for current cycle only. Besides that, increased material costs on paperwork are also the disadvantage. A lot of paperwork may be required even for a very simple work. The process of getting work done in bureaucratic system is costly because it relies on the traditional methods.
Conclusion. In summary, theory that most used in today's management is the principles of scientific management, which is introduced by Frederick Winslow Taylor. That theory is the most suitable for managers to practice it in the business. Thus, managers got their employees who are truly suitable and experienced for certain positions. Lastly, relationship between managers and employees must strong so that they can complete their mission without any problem. That's all from us. Thank you.